Alright guys, so in this video I'm going to be showing you my throttle cable assembly that I got for the Edger bike. It's together right now, but let me show you how to assemble it, so I'll take it apart really quick. Alright, so essentially it comes like this. You have your throttle cable itself, the throttle grip thingy, and this piece, which is where the cable goes, attaches to this, and clamps down to your handlebars. So, I believe this is how it came. I don't remember exactly, but take these screws out. They're Allen head, and the 1/8 inch Allen screw fits. I don't know if that's exactly what it's supposed to be, but it fits. So, take these out. When I did this, I dumped this plastic piece out, not knowing where it was, but it goes in here like this. Essentially, the cable feeds through there, comes up the top, and this goes into there. So now that we've got everything taken apart, we're gonna go and feed the cable in through here. Mine, the first few times I did it, I actually had to take this the Allen wrench and force it through because there's a casting defect. So, and then you just want to screw this on a little bit and then just tighten it so it doesn't come off. And this will be adjusting later for the cable length that you need. Next, you want to put this thing in here, like I mentioned before. Make sure it seats the cable like this. You don't want it to be like this. I mean, it would probably still work, but it's supposed to go over the cable, like so. And next thing you want to do is put this over, but you don't want to do that yet. You actually need to hook it up to here first. So there's a hole right here and a little slit for the wire, the cable to go. Just push it in there and you should be good to go. And you probably want to double check and make sure it's the right way before you keep going, because it should do this. It should pull the cable tight when you do this, when you turn it like you're blipping the throttle, and then when you let go, or actually you have to push it forward because there's no spring, it should return. So that's correct, and it's still in the track. So now what we'll do is bolt this thing back together. Now this throttle cable was $15 on Amazon. It's not the cheapest, it's not the most expensive either. I'll put a link in the description so you can check it out if you want to. You don't need to tighten this all the way. I tightened it too much already, because you need to clamp it onto your handlebars. So leave enough wiggle room there, like that. And I don't know if you can see that, but these heads on these bolts are a little bit off center, which, yeah, it's a cheap Amazon Chinese throttle cable, but it should work. So we'll go ahead and head over to the Edger and show you the installation onto the handlebars. Alright, so we've got the Edger right here. This throttle assembly is actually made for 7/8 handlebars, I believe. These are obviously way too small. So what I've done is I've taken a piece of cardboard and used that as a shim. Just leave that there for now. And shim this up. Now, if you were actually putting this on handlebars, I would not recommend doing this. You might want to do it with if you have to, maybe a piece of sheet metal that you can bend and make it long enough for the whole thing, but otherwise, just make sure you get the right size handlebars. It'll make your life easier, because this is not ideal. So go ahead and grab it. Okay, now slide on. The shim might be too big, or actually we could just loosen it. Alright, so I loosened those both about a turn. I'm going to reposition the shim. And it should fit in theory. Maybe. maybe not. Yeah. Alright, I shortened it by tearing off a piece. Maybe that'll work. Maybe that'll help. We shall see. Alright, are you gonna fit? Of course not. Here we go. Alright, I managed to, I think, there we go, that's on. Okay, I don't know, I might be able to slide this further. I'm just gonna leave it here. If I try to get it any further, I'll probably mess it up. So, go ahead and tighten these. Make sure it's exactly where you want it before you tighten it. There, you can see it start to clamp down. You have to drop the Allen wrench, otherwise it will not work. Trust me. Alright. It's pretty tight. And if you want to, you probably should give it an extra turn. Not a full turn, obviously. Just snug it up. And this is obviously going to be a little loose because it's cardboard. It's not and it's obviously a little bit too small still, so it's not going to. It's already bottomed out the clamping ability. So the next thing to explain is this. This is your adjustment. It's just like on a regular cable. It goes in. If you want it to be this long, that will give your cable some extra room for its length. So, okay, that's make sure it's screwed in enough to where it's going to actually stay. There we go. As you can see, the cable's not real long. Gives it a couple inches of travel, and if you need the cable longer, this allows it to use its length at the end rather than holding it up at in this middle section here. So tighten that all the way. This thing likes to pop off and do that, so just make sure that's in there, and this boot is there. Maybe at some point, if you know you're set, maybe you'd want to glue it in place. I don't really know, but that's not. See, it's not perfect quality, but it'll work. It'll work for most things. All right. So now, as you can see, it's got almost 3 inches. It looks like of travel. It's a lot more, and it bottoms out. Okay, about almost an inch sooner, whereas it would have gone all the way, and it would have maybe even gone further if the length was longer to allow it. So there you go. That's pretty much how you do that. So I figured while I had this thing out, I would see about fixing this problem. I should have showed you. See, this thing being up like that, it won't start. It's causing issues with that. So what I was thinking is if I could get the throttle hooked to this thing, the spring I mean, I could put the spring here, and then it wouldn't cause it to pull up like it's doing. So I've got these washers because I don't think this thing tightens all the way. Yeah, it doesn't. So you need a washer or two. Looks like, yeah. Let's see. Oh, this lock washer actually fits on there. So I'm going to put, ooh, that washer is too big. So that lock washer should just about do it. And actually, I'm going to put it on the outside because what I need is for this, sorry, ooh, I almost dropped that into there. What I need is for this piece to not move, not necessarily the bolt itself. which I don't know, it might not make a difference either way, but we'll see. Stick that in there. Try not to drop it. Be very easy to do. Oh, just about did it. And I got it started just barely. There we go. Okay. That's on. Now we could actually have this, I guess, as far as we need. So go ahead and tighten that. And this shouldn't move at all. There we go. I guess I should have brought the other tools out so I could actually mess with this. 7/16? Yeah, 7/16. There we go. That's all I need is the spring out. Okay, I don't know. This may not be the best spring for this since it's all stretched out now. But I'm gonna. Where do I need to cut it? I need to cut it right about here for now. Will do. Okay. I'll go ahead, bend it into shape. Try not to cut it in the process. There we go. In theory, that should work. Like that. It's too short. Alright. Try that. That is also too short. Okay, so that's not the best bend. Could change the spring size at some point, but yeah. Clamp it down a little bit. I really should go find some needle nose pliers for this, but I'm lazy. Chop it down a little bit. Okay, that should fit. Right in there. Oop. Right in there. And that. Right there. Alright, I think that'll do it, actually. I'm surprised it went that easy. So let's give her a yank. It's a little bit warm, so I'll give her a half choke. Maybe. Ah, no choke. Yay. Okay. Ah. Alright, we'll let it warm up. See how it does. Perfect. And this spring should, in theory, keep it down. If it does jump up, perfect. See how when I do that, let me get lower so you can see. See when I do that, it kills it. It lets air in, I would assume. So yeah, but as you saw, the spring pulled it right back down. So I won't actually need to put a little gapper stopper thing in there. It's perfect. Alright, so that's all I've got for now. The next thing will be, I think the next thing will be figuring out how to hook up the throttle cable to here somehow. Wire worked temporarily, but I don't want to do that permanently, so I'll need to figure out something. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys later.